So I'm sitting on Veterans Day, man, and like usual, I just can't help but reflect on my time in the military, in the Marine Corps. Um, Oftentimes, I found myself wondering where I would be in life had I never sworn that oath. Would I be more successful? Would I be better off financially? Would I have actually gone to and graduated college? I don't know. Obviously, the military is no excuse for not graduating college. Tons of great people, do it during and after the military. I just chose not to. I always say I got my degree in freedom, and that was my degree. I do still go to school online here and there, but mostly just for the GI Bill money whenever that's honestly the truth. That's the only reason I go. I don't really care about my degree because that's not going to change anything for me anymore. And that's a whole other conversation for another day of whether or not a degree even means anything in today's world. But I often wonder those things, and the answer that I think I always come to is that I don't really care. Um, I damn sure wouldn't be where I am today. I don't know if I'd be in Austin and having some of the best friends that I've ever had and known in my life. Um, I don't know that I would have such a passionate and oftentimes emotional tie to our country. I don't know that my heart would swell and leap when I see old veterans. Um, I immediately feel attached when I meet veterans my age, but when I meet the older veterans, man, my heart honestly leaps with thanks because they honestly made this possible. They paved the way for us to go and continue their legacy and continue to fight for what they started. And if it wasn't for them, I don't, definitely wouldn't have been there. I damn sure wouldn't have met some of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life. And it's very rare that you have friends and acquaintances that even though you don't talk to almost ever, if they were to call you, you would literally drop everything you were doing, no matter what, and go to their aid. And I'm appreciative of that because I know the same thing, that if I was to call them, that they would come running if that was the case. I wouldn't have some of the best, funniest stories of my life. I wouldn't have some of the most terrible memories along with some of the best memories. But I feel like all that helps me, all that made up my ethic and moral code as today. I think my belief and kind of guide system would still be similar, the baseline at least. I don't. Obviously, I've developed my own ethics and moral code and belief system about what I believe to be true and right and honorable. And I'm sure a lot of that is shaped by the Marine Corps, along with me moving out of a small town and into a big city and seeing how true life actually works in the world, seeing other countries, But I think the baseline would probably still be the same, just kind of based on how I was raised and what my mother and dad taught me as morally and ethically correct and right and wrong. But I do know this. I do know that before the Marine Corps, I was extremely lost. I had zero direction, zero, passion about really anything in life. Had no idea what I wanted to do, who I was, what I wanted to be. I was going to junior college and working in the oil field fresh out of high school at 18 years old. I was an awful, awful worker. I was a kid, man. I was a kid making the best money I've ever seen in my life. And, during actually working, I was great. I was a great worker. It was getting myself to work and being accountable and dependable. That's what I was terrible at. And I don't know when that would have changed and how long, or if it ever would have changed if it wasn't for the Marine Corps. So I'm very thankful for that. But the biggest thing is just on this Veterans Day and thinking about all of the hate and the division that is in this country right now based on the election. As a veteran, that hurts, man. God, that hurts. And while, yes, you can say, yeah, well, you fought for us to have the right to vote and the right to protest and the right, to whatever. Sure, welcome to America. You have the right to do whatever the hell you want, according to most people you ask. To them, that's the idea of freedom, is being able to do whatever the hell you want, when you want, how you want. Which is another conversation for another day we can get into later. But for those of us that have taken that oath and gone to it, fought for that. Man, this stuff hurts, dude. Like, this is a country we fought to continue in its ways and that we love to be a part of, and to see the division in it, bro. Man, it honestly breaks my heart. Because this is the first election that I've truly, truly been deep in social media. And I don't know that I've ever seen such hate and division. And some of it is from people that I once held in a very high regard and I had such a high respect for. And then you see this and it's just like, man, you are not at all, I don't know that I can respect you anymore. You're kind of falling down a little bit. But I just want to say, guys, we're all patriots, man. We are Americans, veteran or not. We're on the same team. And on this Veterans Day, I hope you pour one out for our fallen brothers. I hope you throw one back yourself, because that's what they would want you to do. And find one of them old wily vets, man, with a Vietnam hat on, and just shake the hell out of that guy's hand. I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful Veterans Day and a wonderful weekend. Sorry for the boring, long, dumb blog. Deuces.